Hi, this is Cheryl from Peace and Power Movement Services, and I wanted to share a nice little mini mindful movement lesson that I recently did in my Vitamin MM Mindful Movement series on rest. And, we use our eyes all the time, driving, screen time, where we can be really focused and often can end up overusing or using in very specific ways our eyes in a way that creates fatigue, that creates strain. And then we can often go to things like eye drops or, rinsing our eyes with cold water just to try to relieve that feeling. And so here's a really simple little activity you can do to bring some awareness or mindfulness to the use of your eyes that can be quite refreshing when you've been using them with a very specific kind of focus or focal point, like in using a screen all day long. So I recommend, doing this. You can do this seated, can be pleasant to do it lying down as well, but get into a comfortable position. And the image is this: we're going to imagine a little tool. So I like to think of this as a silky, ultra thin, curved feather that literally we would be able to insert into the corner of our eye and to really gently in our mind's eye trace in between our eyelid over the top of your eyeball and come out to the outside corner and to trace inside your eyelid. And I don't suggest actually using your fingers to do this imagery. I just want to kind of demonstrate it for you because you're creating an inner sense of just exactly how big your eyeball is. And so it can be helpful to imagine that your eyeball is like a large apricot or a small peach, and to use this process of this thin little tool, this little light feather, to trace around one eye. Really helpful to do that a few moments, say on your right eye, and then to pause with your eyes closed and notice how you feel your eye. Notice if there's a difference with your right eye compared to your left eye. And then take this sense and doing that tracing with your other eye. And this literally, I mean, you could think about this, you're literally drawing your eyes in. And it also can be really, really helpful to do a kind of, drawing in of your eye zone. So, I'm thinking about the movie a few years ago, the animated movie The Incredibles. And so the mother, I mean, they all had these little ribbon masks. So to draw your own ribbon mask along the level of your eyebrows and just really notice, where this top of your eye level exists along your head. And then to do the same below your eyes, notice how that intersects with your ear, with your jaw, and just taking this little imaginary silky feather, literally painting in your eye ribbon so that you have a really concrete sense of where your eyes are. And then it can be really helpful, again, keeping your eyes closed, to have your feet in front of you, to keep your eyes closed, but shift your focus as if you could see both feet with both eyes. And doing this movement to shift your focus, have your eyes do the looking without actually opening your eyelids, and then release that focus. Really pay attention to what you're releasing when you release it. And then, you can do some variations of looking with your right eye to your right foot and then releasing that focus, your left eye to your left foot, going back to looking two eyes at both feet, or your right eye to your left foot, your left eye to your right foot, and just exploring that shifting of the focal of your focal point, but each time actually paying attention to, how do I notice that my eyes move? And so you may tune into that if that's really elusive for you, that your eyeballs sit just above the palate of the roof of your mouth. And so you can, put your attention to this top soft palate. And as you do these focal shifts, to just sense what you feel in the movement of your eyes. And so once you've done this, it could take 5 minutes. If you really, explore, it could take 10 minutes. And then just open your eyes and see how the world comes to them. Notice if there's a different feeling in how you're looking. And I kind of like to see this, the shift from straining and looking and peering to go acquire the world, and this way of opening your eyes so that you can receive the world. And notice how that changes the sense of refreshment, whether it shifts any strain or fatigue that you were feeling at the beginning of this movement study. So thanks for tuning in. If you're interested, feel free to reach out. It'd be great to see you at an upcoming class.